Tim, should we tell the listeners how to join the Golfweek Amateur Tour?
Yes, of course. We should probably do it now before we forget, though.
I agree. It's simple. All you need to do is go to amateurgolftour.net, click the Join the Tour button, and pay your local tour's membership.
Thanks, Chris. Membership for 2024 is open, so register today to join the oldest, largest, and best amateur tour in the country.
And remember, this podcast can be found on all the major platforms. So make sure you like, download, and share it with all your friends and family.
Chris, that's a great idea. Now, on to the show.
Well, Tim, I'm back from another vacation trip. Didn't go as well as the two regionals I went to, but had a great time. Missed all the Arizona guys. Have a funny story to tell you later on, but we'll save that till the end so everybody can listen to the whole episode to get that.
You gonna make me wait too?
I'm gonna make you wait too.
All right.
But we had that, and I pushed the shirt contest for July. So hopefully we get some entry fees, but I know we have a pretty good turnout for June for voting at least.
Yeah, June voting's up and going. I think that's good, and we'll talk about it, but I think it's going to go to the 15th.
Yeah. And you realize that after this, we only have, 2 more spots open for our bracket.
Mm-hmm.
And then we will claim our first winner. And then maybe next year when people see how serious we are, they will come in full force next year.
Let's hope so.
If we're able to do it again. Knock on wood.
Well, let's hope people come full force over the next 2 months.
Right. And I think I'm going to have a challenge next year for the directors, but that'll be between you and me. See what we can do. It's going to be a great show. We're going to have that. We're going to talk about national championship. This can be a good time. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
All right, let's get started.
Ladies and gentlemen, Golfweek Amateur Tour, the podcast. Talking about all things Golfweek Amateur Tour, including interviews with tour directors, players, and course pros. Now, here are your hosts, Atlanta Tour Director Tim Newman and El Paso Las Cruces Director Chris Rocha.
Chris, it's middle July, July 15th. We're halfway through the month. We got a lot going on.
Yeah, it's been crazy. Last couple of months, but this month has gone faster than I can expect. I just got back from my trip. Didn't do as well as I wanted to, but you learn and you pick up your bag again and you continue to the next round. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, and we're halfway through the month of July. We've got a month and a half left of the shirt contest. We got September, and then in middle of October we got national championship.
Yep, that's that. Like you said, the shirt contest is in full swing. We're almost to our part where we get to make the bracket, which will be fun. But we do have a lot of entries for June, which is nice.
Yeah, June entries are up and voting. We'll talk about them in a little bit. There was another regional in Myrtle Beach this past weekend, and I got to brag on Atlanta a little bit. We got another regional winner out of that. That's good.
Yep.
You had your Tupac event.
Yeah, the Tupac event. There's a funny story about how those awards went, but we'll talk about that later. And then I got a couple events, and next thing you know, it's the end of regionals, the end of everyone's season, and everyone's trip to nationals.
Before we get to nationals, we've got good guests. We got an update from Mick here in a little bit. I don't know if you heard his video. It really made me laugh out loud.
No, it was great. It was great to get that update. Poor guy though, but it was great to get that update.
We'll update everybody on Mick. Let's talk about nationals a little bit, and let's start with our first guest. Let's welcome Don Hausher from Palmetto Dunes Resort. He's the director of sales there. Don, welcome to the show, bud.
Hey, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
The tour has been coming to Palmetto Dunes for forever, as long as I've been around. That's
a long time.
15 years, 16 years. And you guys always welcome us with open arms. The hospitality is great, and I really do appreciate that.
We love having you guys here. I mean, every year it's, the island definitely can take notice when the droves of folks come from all the United States, play golf. And they take up all the restaurants, especially here at Palmetto Dunes Resort. Great having you.
Yeah, it's great to show up. I haven't been doing this as long as Tim has, just a couple of years now. But it's always great to show up and see that the island is just taken over by golfers. It's something that if you haven't done and you're listening, we definitely recommend, because it is like one of those once in a lifetime trips to go out there.
No, it's great. It's during football season too, so guys get done, and they usually hit the restaurants and get a couple of bars in the area, and it's just a different feel. It's a great time of year for it too, because the temperature is always perfect. Knock on wood. We'll jinx it for this year, but it's been great so far. I mean, courses look phenomenal right now. I know the weather definitely cool off by then. We're looking forward to it, sure.
One of my favorite days is when we do pictures over at the Hills course, when we see all the players coming in, the place is packed, people roaming around, got the tent out on the driving range, eating food, got some guys hitting, in the driving range, playing on the putting green, in the restaurant there. And we'll talk about some of those updates over here in just a second. But it's one of my favorite days, seeing all 800, 900, close to 1,000 golfers all gathering at Arthur Hills.
Yeah, and it's great. It's a great facility to have it too, because it's kind of off the beaten path of the resort. It gets away from everybody else that's visiting at the time. So kind of have the place to yourself. As you kind of alluded to with the renovations we've done, it's going to be a lot more of a festive event this year with the way updates the grill area, the veranda. It's going to be a lot more hospitable for everybody. It's going to be an indoor-outdoor type event as opposed to Steve Martin. We have doors that open up to everybody on the patio now. So it's like I said, your TVs, we have new taps for the bar. And it's going to be a great, much different year this year.
Yeah, let's talk about some of those renovations. Last year, you had the open space, which used to be the men's locker room, which I thought was really nice. What else has been done over the course of the last year?
So that side of the building is the veranda now. It's a space we've used for different events, as large as weddings, but also member events. And we put satellite bars in there, tables to eat, do any kind of food function. So that whole front of the building is actually going to be opened up for y'all. And especially the grill area with the windows or the doors that open up the patio. Again, it's going to be an indoor-outdoor event. Take some AC in, but go outside. It's probably be 75 degrees out more than. And then the whole course, we new irrigation put in last year as well. So you're going to notice the difference. Day fairways were like, and it was perfect. So the top to bottom, time they get there to the time they leave, side of their scorecards, and they're going to notice a big difference for sure.
That's exciting.
Well, the Hills course is really the home of both the Golfweek and Senior National Championship. So I think, like you said, the guys are really going to love, being over there. And, I haven't seen any of those renovations yet. Haven't had a chance to get over there, but Chris, I'm probably going to head over there sometime in the next 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, definitely head over towards the Jones course as well. Brand new parking lot. It's like night and day. Add a bunch of extra spots towards over pickleball center, and then the new Dean's house as well. And then a lot of guys like to go over there and get some watch pre or post golf. So you're going to notice a big difference in the resort and get the stuff done aesthetically, but to make things more convenient as well.
Yeah, I was over at Jones course. I was in the last week and went over to Big Jim's, grabbed a burger. And by the way, Chris, the Jones course, for whatever reason, I don't know why this is, they have one of the best burgers on the island.
Really? I'm going to have to take you up on that and check it out.
Dom, you mentioned the parking lot. I was surprised what you guys do to the parking lot. By the way, it looks great. Now, I'm not a pickleball player, but let's talk about pickleball for a second. Even with all those cars and people going in and out of pickleball, it's so much easier. It was actually so much easier last week getting in and out with what you all did with the parking lot with all the golfers and the pickleball players.
Yeah, there's extra in and out on the general store as well. That opens up a little bit of the traffic there in front of Alexander's. which gets a little tedious at times, when you have other folks here in the resort, as well as all the golfers. So yeah, and the pickleballs in the morning, with you guys going off as a shotgun, it's easy once everybody's on course that we're good to go, making everything work logistically. But yeah, with 24 courts over there now,
Wow.
lit courts, hopefully, you can push some of that play back in the day. But we've said once everybody's on the course or at the range, we're all ready to roll for the day.
The explosion of pickleball, not only here on the island, but across the nation, to me it's kind of funny to watch. And I remember when those pickleball courts were all tennis courts, and they kind of flipped really pretty quick. And the number and those courts are always packed.
Every morning you go by there. A lot of people go to the general store for breakfast and they watch kind of from the patio. You hear that noise constantly when you go over there. And you can always tell when the weather's bad, if it's raining outside or whatever, because you really can't do pickleball in the rain. So it's like totally different atmosphere over there. But yeah, we did flip, and we have 24 courts over there, lighted, and now 17 play courts for tennis. So you can see the difference in how things are trending.
Yeah. One of my favorite courses on the island, you got to give Hills, the Arthur Hills course, it's due. It's probably the best, but one of my favorites on the island is the Jones course. I love that course. It's probably my number one on the island, and we're always there. And one of the things that I really like is the 18th hole. To me, it's probably one of the toughest 18th holes around. And I like that you all have the webcam there, so people could actually, go onto the website, and we'll talk about this in a second, but they can go onto the website and watch people playing on 18.
Yeah, it's live right now. You can go on there. It's, a little bit delayed, but, you can pretty much check out that. You can check out Dunes House. You can check out tennis and pickleball. You can check out pretty much many of the avenues of the resort right now. So if it's a first-time player, they kind of want to see what you're talking about. You can jump on our website right now, palmettodunes.com. Go to the webcams. It's a link on there. Pick what you want to see.
Chris, you being out in the desert right now in the heat, you pull up to Dunes House. I'm literally looking at it right now. It's a beautiful shot of the ocean. Beautiful weather out there today. It's not hot. It's 80 degrees.
That's what I'm talking
humidity.
That's about what it is in my office right now. Yeah. It's not much outside right now.
So besides, golf and pickleball, what other things are they do around the resort or the area that, people that are bringing their families might consider?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Palmetto Dunes, I call it a camp. It's a full service resort. I mean, we have everything from pontoon boats to the marina across the street, fishing charters. We have that outfitters here in the resort where we have water spike operation, kayaks, let a mile lagoon system within the resort that intertwines with the house here. You can do kayaks too there. Some catch and release fishing. The G storage right in the middle. I call it G storage, general store. Get some snacks, get a few beers, get some lunch and breakfast. We have Alexander's to go eat, the Dunes House, like you already mentioned. That time of year, I'm not sure if we're still doing surf camps and stuff, but there's stuff for the kids to do. And then you have music and taste on Thursday night, across the street at the marina. And then all the shops and the restaurants over there as well. Then you already talked about the pickleball. I mean, you might have reserved that now. It's so sought after. It's named every day. So, but we have everything you want for a family here. And I think the easy one is the beach. We have our own beach here with them resorts. Enjoy a little bit of solitude wrong there.
Yeah, and Chris, when you go to the beach, you have to go to the Dunes House. It's like a requirement. And number one, again, the food is incredible. Jen, I told you what we do for 4th of July, don't I?
Maybe. I don't remember.
So generally what we do for 4th of July, Jen and I get to the beach about 7:00 in the morning. We stay all day and, we stay and watch fireworks from the beach. Okay. It's phenomenal. You can see the Shelter Cove fireworks from where we sit. And then if you look down each end of the beach, you can see them on each end. But we go to dinner at the Dunes House, and Jen got the, I think it was a mahi wrap. She said it's best wrap she's ever had.
Huh. Interesting.
You can't beat the fish tacos down there.
No, fish tacos are phenomenal. I got the chicken Caesar salad wrap, phenomenal. I mean, and we're sitting out, when you look at it on the, on the webcam, we're sitting, right at that first umbrella on the right hand side, eating really good food, looking at the beach. It's incredible. Can't beat it.
Oh, that's crazy.
Hey, Don, what other dining options are there? I know there's Alexander's. I mean, phenomenal. I've been there 100 times. What else? Where else can people eat there?
Well, within the resort, you have the Dunes House. So you're just talking about Alexander's upscale dining right in the middle of the resort. If you stay with us, we have the 2 IP accommodations that we offer to folks that we manage. So you can walk to a lot of these places along with big gyms, which you mentioned earlier. Across the street, you have everything with sports bars, the pizza, the seafood, right across the street in Subscript Harbor. The island's only 12 by 5. So, if you want to venture off, it's not like you're going across the country. You're small island. So, and then we have the 2 service hotels, full service hotels on property here. They have restaurants themselves, breakfast and all you dinner, all that stuff. So you're pretty much, like I said, the campus, you don't need to leave the campus for anything.
No.
To shopping, to groceries, whatever you need to do to obviously golf. But yeah, there's plenty of options. I know Dennis does a good job offering those when the players check in, give them an idea of what they can do. They get some discounts here and there to $7,000 to give around a little bit. But just stay here in the resort. You have every option.
What should our players do if they want to stay in the resort?
Right now, they have a link on the website, on the Golfweek Amateur website. You can go on there and book. You get a discount on there. We have, like I said, around 280 properties, villas, cones, or select properties on the yet. Just jump on our website, see what you need. If you're bringing your family, eat something a little bit different than a cookie cutter 2-bedroom. Just find what you need. Just give us a holler. You can look online. There is a promo code that is on the website as well. But you can call us and get us an idea what you need. We'll have our vacation planners and definitely reach out or on options.
Yeah, I need to start looking for places to stay. So checking it out right now, there's a lot of options depending on the size of your group.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, you have the 2 full service hotels on property as well. So if you just want a room to put your head in a pillow and have somebody to your room while you're golfing, perfect. But if you want to own a private home or a private villa, take from a 1-bedroom to ocean front home, and we can get you set up for whatever you want. And then we can set with 280 that we manage, but there's around companies in here as well. So you don't have what you need. We're all in this together on the island. We pull all the golf courses, everything all work together. So whatever we can do to make you guys happy.
Chris, I told you this before, but I think one of the best things to do is to rent a house with a bunch of guys. It's number one, it's a lot cheaper if you do that. And it's so much more fun when you're staying with 6, 7, 8 guys. And, when you're done golfing, being able to hang out and not have to worry about anything, not have to worry about driving anywhere, going anywhere. You're right on property. And it's, if you've never been in any of these houses, you're going to be shocked. They're beautiful.
Yeah, I've done that numerous times and it's a lot of fun. Just to hang out afterwards, because we do start in the morning and we're done by 1 o'clock with all the festivities. So just be able to go back, hang out. Like Dom said, it's football season. I'm a big college football fan, so being able to watch some good games at a late night too, because you got all the East Coast game or the West Coast games starting when it's dark over here on the East Coast. So it's a great time.
Well, Chris, you know me. National championship week, I'm in bed early, so I don't stay up late and watch football.
I know you. I've been there.
Oh, Don, thanks so much for taking some time with us, today. We really do appreciate it. We love Palmetto Dunes and everything that they do for us. Again, it's the home of our national championship for both Golfweek and the senior tours. And, for those that don't know, the Skins game has been moved to the Hills course on Thursday. What if guys want to come play practice rounds? What should they do?
You could book, I think it's 48 hours in advance in October. It's one of the busier golf months. So, try to get here and get your rounds in, that week or the week before if you can. But you can go and book it online, or give us a holler. You can give Kirk and Becky a call. They're a good team of golf. And also, you can be online and both on our website as well. There is also a promo code with a discounted rate for those folks that are playing the championship.
Well, again, thanks so much for joining us. And I really do appreciate it. And we'll talk to you soon.
Awesome. Appreciate it, Tim. Appreciate it, Chris.
Thanks, Tom.
Look forward to see you guys soon.
Sir.
Hi, bud. Take care.
Thank you.
Really glad we got to talk to Dom from Palmetto Dunes. Happy that he could take some time out of his day to talk to us about, national championship and some of the things that they've got going on. It's going to be a really good year for us, I think.
Oh yeah, I mean he's probably has a busy day. He's probably a busy man out there, but it was great to talk to him. Maybe one day we'll get to actually meet him when we're out there, because I know we have him at least when we get close to nationals. We have him on the podcast. So a lot of things that you can do on his property, on their property, and if you're taking your family, things like that. I was looking. There's a bunch of beachfront houses out there that you can rent and just have a block or two to walk just to get to the beach.
Let's take a quick break and hear from our sponsor, Srixon.
A great iron set needs more than good looks. It's got to be fast and got to be pure. But good looks never hurt either. The all-new ZX Mark II irons from Srixon.
Yeah, those houses are nice, man. And again, get on them because
Get on quick.
because come September, I mean, there'll always be inventory, but the best houses will be gone in
Right.
September. And I tell you, I was out, I spent some time out at Palmetto Dunes over the last week or two. We had some friends in, and so we spent some time over there at the beach. And I didn't play golf, but we were over the Jones course and at Big Jim's and Dunes House and that sort of thing. And the renovations that they've done over there are phenomenal. Chris, when you pull into the Jones course, I mean, you've been there. The whole parking thing has been redone. It looks really nice. It's a lot easier to get in and out of. I mentioned that to Don, which is great. It's going to make some of the little things that some people may not necessarily notice. It's going to make some of the little things a lot easier.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. I mean, I remember when we were there and the pickleball championship was there and all of that national championship, and it was just a headache to get around. So I can't wait to see what they have in store this year, and it's going to be cool to actually get to see something new around the island.
Yeah, all I can say is pickleball, man. Shake my head.
Hey, people enjoy it.
They do. Hey, I'm not knocking it. It's just one of those things that just came out of nowhere and has taken over everything.
Yeah, it has. It's become a storm of just pickleball players.
And it's also, where the majority of injuries are coming from.
Right.
So Tim doesn't play pickleball.
And my theory is with pickleball, since you are so close and you have to move so quickly, that's what's causing those injuries.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, you have to be able to be fit to be able to play that very well, and I'm not that either.
And see, so golf, you can ride around a golf cart.
Yeah. Stay inside if it's too hot.
Exactly. Well, our next guest, we haven't had him on for such a long time, and it's going to be really good to have him back and hear what kind of information he's got. So let's welcome back the Tour Rules official, Roger. Welcome back, bud.
Thank you, gentlemen. Glad to be back. I thought maybe I did something wrong. Maybe you were mad at me or something.
No. We have just been so busy.
I know. I'm loving all the episodes. I've there were some guests that you had that were just great. They're funny, informative, all kinds of stuff. So it's been great listening to you guys.
You didn't do anything wrong, but I think you enlightened us on too many rules, and maybe that might have upset some players.
Yeah, I try to keep my mouth shut when I can, unless guys ask. I did have to say about the pickleball thing. I know exactly what you guys. My daughter, who never played pickleball, she picked it up like 8-10 weeks ago. Now she literally plays 3, 4, 5 times a week. She can't stop playing. And she's like 25 years old. It's crazy how people get into it so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I don't know the rules about pickleball though. Maybe I don't know if they're a whole 400-page book of pickleball rules. I hope not.
Now, Roger, I think there's one rule. That's stay away.
Okay. Yep. I have yet to play, but I know other golfers that do it on our tour. Yeah.
Yeah. It's exploded. It's everywhere.
Oh yeah. Yep. Well, where I live in Virginia Beach, there was an article in the paper. I know this is a golf podcast. Virginia Beach will soon have the largest pickleball facility on the East Coast. We're already like number 3, and they're adding like 24 more courts to this one section, the largest on the East Coast. So it is huge in Virginia Beach. Yep.
That's insane.
Anyhow, so
Good for them.
Yep. Yeah.
All right, let's get down to business here, Roger.
Yep.
How you been playing?
I'm playing well. I've been playing. I probably played more golf this year than in most years. I joined a course as a full member. Plus, I joined a Tuesday night league and a Friday night league. And the Tuesday night league plays at the same course each week with mostly seasoned players that know a lot of the rules. But the Friday night league is kind of like it's a league that moves around the area. There's about 10 different courses we go to throughout the season. And the players there are don't know as much about the rules than, say, my Tuesday night league. So it's been very interesting. And I'm the first guy. They have like a tour director as well. And we got to talking one day and talking about the rules and stuff. And he said I was like the first guy that really knows the rules that's been playing on this tour. Or maybe guys know the rules, but they don't apply them during the league. Yeah. So I really had to keep my mouth shut a lot because it is a little looser on the rules. But it has been very interesting because the tour director asked me to tell him what's been going on out there. And each week we play with totally different guys. So I've played that in 10 weeks now. So 10 different rounds. And the interesting things, it's the basic rules that seem to be coming up every week that players, like I said, they either know the rule but aren't playing by it or just don't know the rule. And you guys could probably guess which ones these are, but balls lost out of bounds or lost balls, balls in penalty areas, and then things you do like your balls in the rough. Can you stamp on grass? Can you improve your lie? All that kind of stuff. But especially penalty areas. If guys would just learn how penalty areas work, and you guys know that, now penalty areas are so many different things. They line the woods as penalty areas. They line maybe marshy areas. They line tall grass, just keep speed of play up. And guys just don't know what to do, red and yellow stakes. So I found that pretty interesting. And then the whole lost ball thing, thinking they can just drop where it went out for one stroke. There's been lots of other things too, but that league, again, it's kind of more for fun, and they don't enforce the rules quite as much. We do have a championship at the end, and I'm hoping that they'll enforce the rules a little bit more for that. And I won one week on that tour. And the fun thing about that tour, it's all Stapleford.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Play. Yeah. So we don't do that on our tour. So it's been a lot of fun playing Stapleford. We have to earn our points, and it's a good way to go. And you pick up after double bogey because you can't score any points after you make a bogey. So pretty interesting that it is the basics that come up with these new golfers as well that are in this league.
Just run down a few of them and what they should be doing, just as a refresher for our viewers, our listeners.
Lost ball, a ball out of bounds. You really you only have one. And again, I'll preface this: anytime I talk about the rules, no local rules are in play, because I get on these websites and there's, what about the local rule XYZ? Let's just say that there's no local rules. A ball hit out of bounds, it lost. You only have one option. Go back to where you played it from originally, and you take a penalty stroke. There's no dropping by the fence where it went out, or dropping on the line of flight, or dropping, you name it. There's one option. It's stroke and distance. You have to go back to where you hit it from, and play again, and you get a penalty stroke. And then, so that's probably the first one. And that happened the very first round I played with these guys. A guy hit the ball out in the street, and he went and just dropped right there where it went out. I say, you're not supposed to do that. He was clueless, though. What do you mean you're not? This is what we always do. I say, that's not the rule. So, and we are playing for a little bit of money in this league. The funny thing about that league, at the end of the round, they randomly pair you with somebody else. So even if you had a great round and made all your points, you could get paired with somebody that's didn't make their points. So the whole rules thing is like, well, yeah, I could do great, do the right thing, and then I get paired with somebody that didn't make their points anyway. But anyhow, so that's a lost ball, and along with the lost ball, the fact whether it's lost or not. Let's say you didn't hit it out of bounds, you hit it into this tall grassy area. Unless you have, and you've probably heard of this, it's called KVC, known or virtually certain that a 95%, that's what the percentage is. You have to know 95% that ball is lost and not like out of bounds, that you can declare it, let's say it's in a penalty area or not in a penalty area. Are you 95% certain that ball is, say, in a penalty area? If not, it's considered a lost ball. You hit it, you see red stakes, but then you get up there and it's all this grassy area in front of the red stakes. Are you 95% certain that ball went into the penalty area? If you're not, you have to consider it a lost ball. And, that gets a little touchy because guys will be saying, well, where else could it be? I say, well, it's up to the player and the surrounding conditions, but you have to take the player's word for that. So then the second one is penalty areas. And don't think of just water. Think of any time an area is marked red or yellow stakes. If it's red stakes, you get the extra option of taking a drop 2 club lengths from where it last entered that penalty area. And your other options are, again, stroke and distance, go back to where you hit it from originally. And for a yellow stake, you can drop on a line between the flag stick, where the ball last crossed that yellow margin, all the way back as far as you want to go. That's, it's not line of flight. It's line from the flag stick to where it crossed over to the yellow and back. And you can go back 5 yards, you can go back 50 yards, wherever you might like to go. So, and like I said, you have both up for red, you get the 2 club length lateral relief, no closer to the hole, of course. And then the third biggest thing is guys are always moving the ball. Like, you can't move your ball. If it's a bad lie, sorry, you shouldn't have hit it there. Right. Guys thinking they can knock down grass and knock down trees or whatever. You can't do that. You're allowed to take a reasonable stance and get into that position reasonably, but you can't just disregard all of the ground that's there and just trample it so that you have a good lie for your ball or a good stance. But you are allowed to reasonably back into bushes, reasonably, walk through the grass, that kind of thing. So those are the big 3 that I've seen in this play.
Yeah, those are the ones we see.
Yeah. 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 I guess the only other one that might be fourth is what do you do with loose impediments versus man-made objects, and what's considered a loose impediment versus a man-made object, that thing. And we all know, loose impediments. A lot of guys still don't know that in a bunker you can remove stones and sticks and things. That used to not be the rule, but now you can remove stones bunker. So that's come up a few times. Or loose impediments, yeah. What to do there?
Now, when you say man-made objects, like, let's say, those, how do you explain it? Like those electrical towers that they put for the sprinkler systems and all that. If you're behind that and the flag is on the other side, are there any options for that? Is that considered man-made and you get relief, or how does that work?
If it impedes your stance or your swing, there's relief. So you do get to drop. Yeah. But for line of sight to the flag, you don't get relief unless there's a local rule. And that is 99% of the time, that local rule is in effect, like when you see it on, of course, when you see it on TV or on tour. But generally speaking, no, you got a sprinkler box, right? Irrigation box, five yards in front of your ball. Sorry, you've got to play around it or play over it, or unless it impedes your stance or your swing. Basically, usually those things aren't in the middle of the fairway, so it's another one of those things you shouldn't hit your ball there. Yeah.
Right. I was just curious because we did see that, not with that, but it was because it was a resort that we played at, right? And as you drive, there's houses all around these holes and all that. So as you're driving in, there's a rock wall entry, and we hit behind that, but it still wasn't out of bounds. So the white stick was still there, but that entryway was right in between him, and we were confused. What to do.
Let's take a quick break and hear from our sponsor, Srixon.
ZX Mark II drivers are for major players, major winners, major power. All new ZX Mark II drivers, only from Srixon.
I definitely, check the scorecard and, see if there are local rules. Because most of the times, things like that, there probably are some local rules. Yeah.
Right.
But a lot of times, if it's not there, then you have to play it as it lies. Yeah.
Well, luckily, we played 2 balls like everybody should, and we got the same score for both balls, so it didn't really matter.
Right.
There you go.
I know there were pars. Yeah. I won't ask. You don't have to answer that. Yeah.
I won't. I won't answer.
Yep. Yep. So the big 3. If guys just listening to this podcast, we get a lot. We get a lot of new players each year on tour. If you can get those rules down, lost ball, ball in a hazard, loose impediments, you're going to have that. And of course, I'll just say movable obstruction. What to do when your ball's on a cart path as well. I won't go through that whole thing too, but that's a very common one as well. What to do when your ball's interferes by a immovable obstruction like a cart path. You get close, no closer to the hole. You have to take full relief. That's the big thing. Full relief. Right. Your foot can't still be standing on the cart path. And it might sometimes it might make sense just to play it off the cart path if you can do it without affecting your club or ruining your club, something like that. But because free relief doesn't, this is a expression, free relief doesn't always mean good relief or nice relief. You might have to drop in, 12-inch grass if you decide to take relief. If it's right off a cart path that's, near the woods, it doesn't mean you're necessarily going to get a nice lie. So you got to before you touch that ball, make sure you've checked out all your options so that you don't pick it up. Because once you've picked it up, you can't go be putting it back there and to say, "Oh, I made a mistake. I'm gonna play it off the path." Yeah.
I changed my mind.
Change my mind. Right. Yeah. Those are some good ones to know.
So, how about the embedded ball rule?
Sure.
What is an embedded ball? When can you pick it up? All those things.
Will do. So embedded ball, important thing to know about embedded ball is an embedded ball is in its own pitch mark made as a result of the player's stroke. Meaning, let's say you hit a ball and you hit the fairway and it hops into a tiny little hole or somebody else's pitch mark, which I've seen happen. That is not an embedded ball. It has to be the player's own stroke that it goes into that. It makes the ball embedded. And an embedded ball just means that the ball is, part of the ball is below the level of the ground. And the ball doesn't necessarily have to be touching soil. Like it could be a nice fairway with it's embedded a little bit below the surface, but there's grass under the ball still, or there's stones or whatever it might be. As long as it's below the surface of the ground, that's considered embedded. But the important thing there, it has to be the player's stroke that caused it to be embedded. Because a lot of times you see, let's just say it goes into let's say somebody else's pitch mark, or it goes into like a divot. That's not embedded if it goes into a divot, if it just rolls into a divot. If it goes in there and it embeds in the divot, yes, then that's considered an embedded ball. But if it just rolls and just sitting there, then no, that's not considered embedded. But I know you also wanted to know what happens. Oh, well, first I should say, what do you do? So you find the point. Once you've determined that it's embedded, the spot right behind the ball is the place as your reference point, and then you get 1 club length from that reference point, and that's your relief area for an embedded ball. So it's right behind the ball, and you could be in a nice fairway, and right behind the ball might be, it's nice. You 1 inch behind the ball, so you right 1 inch behind the embedded mark. And that's where your ball, that's where your relief area is going to be. You would also ask me to check out, what if somebody steps on your ball?
Yeah.
Or a cart goes over it. And that is, again, there's no penalty. That's considered not an embedded ball, though. That is considered the ball has moved, even though it's moved vertically as opposed to horizontally. It's still considered move, and that doesn't fall within the embedded ball rule. That falls within the ball moved rules.
Right.
And in that one, you place the ball at the closest spot. You can clean the ball. I should tell you that.
Okay.
You place it in the most similar lie within 1 club length, and you place it there. And that's where I say you could most similar lie and placing it's in the nice part of the fairway. You just place it right 1 inch away from it if that was where it was.
Right.
But you do get it within the most similar lie within 1 club length, and you place it there.
Yeah, that makes sense. So that the player isn't penalized for an inadvertent action,
Right.
running over it or stepping on it. Especially when you're, let's just say you're in tall grass, you're searching for it.
Yep, that's where it happens the most, when people are searching for it. Yep.
Yeah.
So that's good to know. Yeah, and in Virginia Beach, they were expecting 3 inches of rain over the next 2 days. So I know there's next Sunday probably there's going to be a lot of embedded balls out there.
Yep.
So that's good to know. Yeah.
Yeah.
And unless there's there really wouldn't be a local rule for this. We have played it on our tour though. Rainy day like that, you lose your ball in the fairway and it's embedded, but it's embedded somewhere, but you don't find it. It is a loss. It's even a lot. It doesn't
Lost
sound
ball?
fair, but it's a lost ball. Yeah.
Mhm.
Even though it's embedded out there somewhere, but that's kind of off topic, but
Well, let's take it a step further, Roger. Let's say that it's not raining and your tee time event, it's not raining. You get some groups out there and then there's a rain delay.
Yep.
What?
So could you switch the rules of the comp terms of the
Yes.
in stroke play? That is not allowed because you got your first group and maybe you got tee times and all that. The first guys, and it's funny because I was actually surprised by the answer to this, because you see guys on tour, they'll tee off in the morning and they have nice weather, and in the afternoon they don't close the course or suspend it. They have bad weather, but it's the same round.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't change from not having, like, say, lift clean in place to having it for the afternoon players after play is suspended. They would have to cancel the round and basically start all over. But that's in stroke play. In match play, you can do it because you're only playing against your opponent there, and you're both playing under the same condition. So in match play, you can change the rule and do lift clean in place. But in stroke play competitions, you cannot do that. Pretty interesting. Yeah. because it would basically give an unfair advantage to the folks that play in the after the rule was changed.
Right.
So, yep.
Right.
So, pretty good question. I know that happens.
Yeah, we actually got that question, from a tour director this past weekend.
Right.
And I called it right.
Yeah. So if you think about the guy who teed off at 8 a.m. and it was beautiful weather, and then he didn't get to lift, clean, and place, and then the guys in the afternoon did. So even though they're maybe the course is wet at that point, they're getting a perfect lie every time. Yeah.
So
yeah.
Well, you'd be like Chris, just sit in the fairway all the time. You'd be good to go.
That's right. Yep.
I try.
Those are some good questions there. Yeah, and better ball. It pretty much, better balls happen all the time. So that's good to know about that rule, though. Yep.
Well, Roger, thank you so much for more great information. And I promise it won't be this long before we have you on again.
I appreciate you guys. I appreciate everything you do for the tour, and I've really enjoyed all the episodes I've been able to listen to. Thank you very much.
All right,
thank you.
Take care of yourself.
All right, take care. Thanks.
So good to have Roger. We haven't had him on since January. Can you believe that?
Been that long?
It's been that long. We've been that busy, with stories and other things that have been going on with the tour. Yeah, it's been 6 months. Hard to believe.
Wow, that's crazy. I mean, and he's a busy man too, so we can't really say that it's hard. But I'm sure there's rules or situations that have happened that we could have him more often. But like you said, we were busy traveling, and it's tough just for us to do live shows and then have to get a guest on there. Makes it almost impossible. But it was great to have him back. He's a great guy, and can't wait to see the next time we have him, what stories he has.
Yeah, he always gives us great information. Just things he was talking about. With the embedded ball and things like that. Just little things that people they may know, but they may forget or be able to pick up little nuggets of information from it. It's really good.
Right. It's a great time, and I know I've used numerous times where as a director they come in with the rulings and it's like, oh, I remember Rogers talked about this and had that example and was able to let the guys know, if you want more information, pull up this episode because we talked about it, or we just talked about it with Roger on this episode. So it's great to have him on there as a resource. It's always a good time to talk to him.
Exactly. So talk about great guys. Let's go ahead and head up to the Columbus and check in on Mick and those Columbus guys and see who won the flag.
Hey, this is part 2 of the flag fiasco. Can't wait to hear this one.
Yeah, let's go listen.
Hey, Golfweek podcast viewers. It's Mick Archer again with yet another flag. Tim Newman, remember Mick Archer won the flag again. We got it signed by all the Columbus, Ohio tour members, and Mike Sills, the head pro at Rattlesnake Ridge, and the rattlesnake bite bit my ass.
Mick, you got to do better, bud. Well, I don't know, because that's a good looking flag, and I'll post that to the show notes so everybody can see the picture of the flag. It's a lot of fun, and he sent me a note. What he said is Butch is going to buy the flag next time.
Oh,
mm-hmm.
Okay. I love the idea, and like you said, that flag is pretty cool.
Uh-huh.
Like a little snake head, looks like it's in the grass, just ready to bite you. That's not a bad thing to create to collect a whole flag. I hope he hangs them on the wall or something. He might need a bigger wall if he keeps continuing the way he's going.
Oh man, but it's all in good fun, and I can't wait to hear the next tournament, and maybe because I told you that Butch keeps saying he's not coming on. Maybe this is going to be the thing to get the Butch on. What do you think?
He might, it might get him on. Butch, understand eventually we're going to get you on, whether it's here or live. So unless you want to be live for the whole world to see, I would suggest just getting on real quick and having a good time with us.
Yeah, well, I do want to thank those Columbus guys, Mick Archer, Sean Fairs, Phil Shaw, and Charlie Spires, being good sports about this and keep these things coming.
Yeah, keep them coming. If anybody else has things that they do in their tour, keep that coming as well. I mean, we love to hear these stories. This is what it's for. It's not for me and Tim to just get on here and yap for an hour. It's it's for you guys, and we love to hear these stories that come out.
Exactly. So let's move on to, the shirt contest. We mentioned it a couple of times already this episode, but the June voting has started, and I believe that goes until I just said February.
Oh, no, no, we're far from that.
We're far past February. It goes until July 15th. All right, so please make sure you log on, search for the hashtag, and put your vote in. You can vote once a month, and there's some good ones up there.
Yes, there is. We're starting to see a trend of a couple of guys that are constantly putting their shirts up there, which is nice because they really want a free entry fee, but like to see a little bit more, and I know we can get them out there. But there are some interesting ones. Mm-hmm. There are some just plain ones, but it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be another tight race until the 15th.
Yeah, I think so. But I do have a bone to pick with your brother.
Why is that? It's a half selfie.
It's a half selfie. I need to see the whole shirt.
So then maybe we shouldn't say selfie and more of just an individual picture.
Okay.
Because his arms are a little short, so a selfie isn't going to get a lot.
His arms are a little short.
I said it, and it's going to be on the episode.
It is. I'm definitely not cutting that. That's for sure.
No, come at me.
Well, that's awesome. But again, just make sure you get a really good picture of you in the shirt and your group, and use the hashtag and get it posted to Facebook. And I'm actually, there's already some July shirts posted.
There are some July shirts posted. Unfortunately, some might need to be edited because it's just an individual picture and not a group picture. So we'll have to reach out to them. But for the most part, guys, it's real simple. 2 pictures. That's all we need. And we write out what you need to type out. So you can copy and paste it and fill in what you need to fill in.
Yep.
Again, we're giving away free money. And it's that simple. That's what I said when I announced it at the Chewbacca event is who likes free $600, and everybody cheered, and then only 2 entered. And I even told them, come see me afterwards and I will walk you through how to do it. You know how people came to see me?
2?
0.
0?
Yeah,
so there
the 2 are missing shirts.
So there are 2 smart people who can follow directions and post a picture on Facebook.
Semi-follow. And one of them was a member of mine. And I was like, dude, I saw him like 5 times afterwards in the resort. Never mentioned anything. So like I tell them, take 2 pictures, post on Facebook, have a chance, 1 in 8 chance of winning a free national championship paid for. And I even pulled what you did, Tim, at the regional, and said if a winner comes from this event, they get their side games paid.
Okay.
We're Oprah Jr. over here and just giving away things and no one's taking it.
That's up to them, man. But you can lead a horse to water, right?
Right. And I needed plenty of water back there in Tuba. Trust me.
I thought it was cooler up there.
What?
I swear I thought that's what you said.
No, it's still as hot as hell.
Oh, was it 85?
No, 100, 101.
Well, okay.
85? I don't think we talked about the same place. I think you're thinking of Tupac. It would be like 85 maybe.
Oh, boy. Well, so let's see what happens.
All right, so I think I went there too comfortable. Shot a 90-92. No, I couldn't put one hole together. One complete, drive, approach, putt, nothing together. It was 2 out of the 3 that were good, and the third one was a random toss-up. Let's see what happens. So I kind of enjoyed it. I did get 2 skins, 1 per day, which was nice, unexpected. On birdie, so I keep my birdie streak of 8 rounds in a row with a birdie, which is nice. I don't know what it was this year. And even Gabe would ask me, "You doing okay?" Yeah, I feel fine. I don't know what it is. Mental fog. Maybe it was all the tequila that Hector Lara gave me on Friday. That could have been it.
That probably wasn't it. That probably wasn't it.
It probably wasn't it because I really like tequila, and we drink it a lot. So I don't think that was it, but if I had to put an excuse, I'm going to put the excuse on that.
All right.
But so we had Gabe on the last episode, I believe, right?
Yep.
And we were talking real big about going over there and hopefully bringing home some hardware. So he got me a gift at the awards, okay? Which was unexpected gift. Called me up there. We raised a lot of money. I think he raised over $2,000 just at the tournament itself.
Wow, good.
Not including the fundraiser auction he had. And then I did a special par 3 total challenge, and we raised close to $200 on that for him. So
how much?
2,200. 200?
Okay.
So, $2,200 just for donations is awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Can't complain about that.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, maybe he had a surprise because I thought out of the box, whatever. This man proceeds to pull out a broom from under the table because they swept all 5 flights.
Oh, man.
And I didn't even know what to say. Like you think about it, he had to go and ask the restaurant, can I borrow a broom? And I'm pretty sure the restaurant was like, no, sir, we'll take care of it. He goes, no, it's for a gag. Like, I need a broom. And hit this thing.
Wow.
Yeah, it was great.
Wow.
All I could do was applaud. It was well done. Well, I had the Ryder Cup belt with me. So I think we're coming for vengeance this year at the Ryder Cup.
Well, you're going to need to come with something.
Oh, I'm coming with the belt for sure. But I will be coming with a marker to sign that once we win it back to back.
Well, good luck with that, and maybe that you guys start a new tradition that if you do sweep, you get to keep the broom for a year.
Oh, that would be good.
Or until somebody else sweeps.
That would be funny, actually. That's a good idea. The only problem with that, and I was thinking about it on the way back, I didn't really say much. Driving home, tired, upset, whatever. Is we don't have a dual event here in El Paso. We have a dual event in Arizona, but not in El Paso. So I need to get these guys out here to do an El Paso dual event. And then we'll give the broom to whoever wins the most out of the 10 flights.
Well, is there a good place that's kind of halfway between? Or is it either you're either going to Tucson or Tupac? I keep saying
right.
You're
either going to Tucson or Benson, Arizona, or you're going to Las Cruces. Like there's nothing
in between.
There's a couple of goat tracks out there, but I mean, no one's going to go out and play a tournament there.
Right.
That's why we switch the Ryder Cup every year. Here and there. And that's what makes it harder for someone to win away.
Right.
Because we don't get to take as many players as you would when you're home.
Right. Because not everybody's going to be able to afford to go or...
Right. Or whatever it may be.
Right. Right.
So we'll see what happens. But no, it was well done. It was great to see everybody. And Isaac Jordan and Daniel Wigg, the guys that are helping Gabe out are the ones that I was pushing to move up a flight. And I did beat both of them. So I was proud of that.
Okay.
That was a plus for me. We had the Pick'em show that we started. I did it by myself on Friday. I think a couple of my picks ended up winning, so it was a good time, and I can't wait for next year. I'm gonna come back. I have a vengeance on the course, but it's just a great time to take out the family. They were swimming all day like fish.
Uh-huh.
Took the dog and just walking the dog at night and seeing the stars and just being relaxed. Maybe I was too relaxed. We'll go with that.
All right, we'll go with that. but also you also have to remember. I mean, you've played a lot of golf.
I have played a lot of golf lately, and I my body, you start feeling it. So just going to try and take it easy next couple weeks till my next event. And then it's going to be downhill from there. It's the final portion of this roller coaster before the final drop.
Yeah. Yeah. You start building your momentum back up in early September.
Right. And I'm going to start hitting the studio golf that I joined. Because the TrackMan, they can put it to sea level numbers, so I can start working on that, getting ready for nationals.
Okay.
Get my yardages ready for that. And then hit the grind. I mean, they have a gym there that I'm able to use and try to build some strength. So the next couple months will be critical, and then we're in the holidays again.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Ready to do it all over again.
Right.
There was another regional this past weekend. I say this past weekend. Let's say 4th of July weekend. At Grand Dunes and Myrtle Beach. We had Marty Martinez. And he said, trying to get guys to go play golf at Myrtle Beach. Sometimes like pulling teeth. Like again, like you have to go all the way to Myrtle Beach to play golf. Especially in the summertime. It's so hard, so difficult. They had a really good turnout. With Phil Pfeiffer from Charleston Tour won the champ flight. Lucas Hardy from the Eastern North Carolina Tour won the A flight. And Brian Pope, one of my guys from the Atlanta Tour, won the B flight. So he's my third regional winner this year.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm pretty happy about that. Dallas Shackelford from Eastern North Carolina won the C flight, and Zach Thompson from DC Tour won the D flight. And actually, the D flight, DC took first and second place. So Gary Branch from DC took second place.
That's not a bad weekend to be able to do that.
No, it's not. And we got next week is, I believe it's next week is Sea Island. See next week,
coming
the week
up.
after. Yeah. So if you're not registered, man, get on it.
Yes, get on it. It's going to be a great one. It's one of these courses where I believe we're not going to be on there again, aren't we?
Yeah, this is it. This is last hurrah. And it number one, they're really good courses to begin with. Again, there's they got PGA Tour pros that live down there and are members at these courses. So they're not. You're not there. You're
it's not your normal
courses.
course you'd go play.
Right. Number two, it's they're beautiful. I mean, absolutely beautiful down there. So you got to get on it. But yeah, you got to go ahead and register for Sea Island. There's not many left.
There's not.
Nope.
There's not, and then pretty soon you and me are going to be announcing our 2025 World Tour.
Yep. Well, we still need to talk about French Lick, and I know you're not going to be able to go, so I get that. But
next year,
well, I'm talking about this year still. But
okay,
but maybe I go out to French Lick, and we do it kind of like we're doing now.
Okay,
I'm not set on that yet.
Right, we'll figure something out. We have to. There has to be something we can do.
So we're not done yet. We'll figure it out.
I like it.
Yeah, the other really good news is my youngest daughter had a baby boy on Sunday.
Congratulations!
So now I'm a grandfather for the third time, and he was born on my father's birthday, which makes it even a little bit more special.
Yeah, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
3, and
don't you worry about it. But you got a long way to go.
I got a long, hopefully, knock on wood. But no, congratulations. That's awesome. Now you have an extra special meaning for when you celebrate his birthday.
Exactly.
All the best wishes for the little one.
So, Chris, the only other thing, we've talked about it. National championship is literally right around the corner. What are we, 45 days away from registration opening? Is that what it is?
It's something like that. It's pretty close to that.
Pretty close. So, I just mentioned that, I've got 3 regional winners. Three people punched their tickets to national championship. So if you won a regional, you're qualified as long as you've got, your rounds in. Just start making hotel reservations.
Yes. Start doing that. Start looking, hotel, Airbnb, whatever it may be. I know the resorts have great deals for us. And if you know a group where you want to, go as a group, look for a big house and have a good time. We're there to compete and have golf and do all that. But who says you can't have fun while you're doing that?
Exactly. Best thing to do is get a house. Bunch of guys get a house and for the weekend and have a good time.
But when you do get a house, though, make sure one of them is a really good cook and enjoys it. so they can wake up and make you breakfast for the house, and then you can have lunch and dinner and not have to worry about it. Just go to the store, get what you need, and you don't have to be spending $100 per meal.
They don't. No.
You like that, don't you?
I do. I do. But what are you going to do?
And then maybe they pay less for the house because they're going to be the cook.
See?
Eh? There's your idea.
That's a good one. All right, my friend. You take care of yourself, and next episode's a big one for us.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Next episode's a big one for us. You take care, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yes, sir.
All right, bud. Bye. Chris, we didn't do it again.
What didn't we do?
We didn't say how to join the tour.
That's right. It's simple. All you need to do is go to amateurgolftour.net, click the Join the Tour button, and pay your local tours membership.
Thanks, Chris. Membership for 2024 is open, so register today to join the oldest, largest, and best amateur tour in the country.